get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, about a half a mile from the railroad track, and you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. This song is called Alice's Restaurant, but Alice's Restaurant is not the name of the restaurant, that's just the name of the song. That's why I call this song Alice's Restaurant. It all started about 4 Thanksgivings ago. It was about 4 years ago on Thanksgiving when I went up to visit Alice.
Dieses Lied heißt Alice's Restaurant Massacree. Der Sänger Arlo Guthrie ist der Sohn des berühmten amerikanischen Folk- und Blues-Sängers Woody Guthrie. Der Inhalt dieses Liedes, das in seiner Originalfassung 20 Minuten dauert, ist die Grundlage für einen abendfüllenden Spielfilm, der seit gestern in unseren Kinos läuft. Es geht hier um jugendlichen Protest. Wie schon häufig gehabt, doch eines unterscheidet diesen Film von anderen. Nicht mit Gewalt, nicht mit linksideologischen Phrasen wird hier gegen das Establishment gekämpft, sondern mit Humor. Man hat so viel Humor, dass es sogar reicht, das Establishment und sich selbst auf den Arm zu nehmen. Und dazu gehört auch das Lächerlichmachen der Autorität, wie hier bei diesem Beispiel. Arlo hat irgendwo Müll abgeladen, die Polizei hat es gemerkt, man hat ihn verhaftet und nun ist der ganze Apparat auf den Beinen, als sei es das größte Verbrechen der letzten 50 Jahre. Der amerikanische Polizeistaat macht sich lächerlich.
They was taking plaster tire tracks, footprints, dogs smelling prints. And they took 27 8x10 colored glossy photographs with circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against us. They took pictures of the approach, the getaway, southwest corner and the northwest corner. And that's not to mention aerial photography.
Ein weiteres Beispiel ist die Musterungsbehörde. Arlo muss sich melden, hat aber natürlicherweise keinerlei Ambitionen, zum Militär zu gehen. Hier ist nun das Stück des Liedes, in dem er erzählt, wie er zur Musterung muss und es fertigbringt, nicht angenommen zu werden. Ganz legal. Zum besseren Verständnis haben wir der Live-Aufnahme von Arlo Guthrie ein paar Ausschnitte aus dem Film hinzugefügt.
That's not why I came here tonight, though. I came to talk about the draft. You know, they got a building down in New York City. It's called Whitehall Street. It's where you walk in, you get injected, inspected, detected, infected, neglected, and selected. I walked in and had my physical examination one day. I got good and drunk the night before, so I looked and felt my best that morning when I went in. I mean, I wanted to look like the all-American kid from New York. I mean, I wanted to feel like, I wanted to be the all-American kid. And I walked in that morning, I was hung down, brung down, hung up, and all kinds of mean, ugly, nasty things. And I went in there and I sat down. Gave me a piece of paper, said, see the psychiatrist, room 604. And I went in there and I sat down, I said, shrink, I want to kill. That's right, I mean kill. I mean, I want to kill. I want to see blood and gore and guts and veins in my teeth. Eat dead, burnt bodies. I mean kill. Kill. Kill! Kill! And I started jumping up and down, yelling, kill! Kill! And he started jumping up and down, and we were both jumping up and down, yelling, kill! Kill! Till the sergeant came over, pinned a medal on me, sent me down the hall, said, you're our boy. I proceeded on down the hall, getting more injections, inspections, detections, infections, all kinds of neglections, selections. I finally came to see the very last man after a long time. I was there for 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours, going through all kinds of mean, ugly, nasty trips, until finally the very last man sat me down and said, "Kid, were you ever arrested?" I proceeded to tell him the story of the Alice's Restaurant Massacree, with the full orchestration and a 5-part harmony and the singing and... He stopped me and said, "Kid, did you ever go to court?" I told him the story, the 27 8x10 colored glossy photographs with the circles and arrows and a paragraph on the back of each one, explaining what each one was to be used as evidence against it. Stopped me again and said, "Kid, I want you to go over and sit there on that bench that says Group W." I walked over to the Group W bench, and Group W is where they put you if you may not be moral enough to join the army after committing your special crime. And there was all kinds of mean, ugly, nasty-looking people on the bench. There was mother stabbers, father stabbers, mother rapers, father rapers, father rapers sitting there on the bench next to me, and one of the meanest, ugliest, nastiest ones, I'm talking about the meanest, ugliest, nastiest father raper of them all, came over and he sat down right next to me, and he looked me in the eye and said, "What'd you get?" I said, I didn't get nothing. I had to pay $50 and pick up the garbage. He said, "Kid, what were you arrested for?" I said, littering. They all moved away from me on the bench, all giving me the hairy eyeball and all kinds of mean, ugly, nasty things, until I said, "And creating a nuisance." And then they all came back, shook my hand, and we was having the most fantastic time on the bench, talking about crime, mother stabbing, father raping, all kinds of groovy things that we were talking about on the bench, until the sergeant walked in. He came in and said, "Kids, we want to know the 47 words, 47 sentences, the details of the crime, time, the crime, and the other kind of thing you got to say pertaining to and about the crime. I want to know the arresting officer's name, the district court you was arrested, and any other kind of important information you got." And he talked for 45 minutes, and nobody understood a word that he said, but we had fun filling out the forms and playing with the pencils on the bench, and I filled out the massacre just like it said to on a pencil, a piece of paper, and I wrote it down just like it happened, with the 5-part harmony and the full orchestration and stuff like that. Turned over the piece of paper, and there on the other side of the piece of paper, away from everything else on the other side, in the middle of the other side, in capital letters, underlined, quotated, read the following words: "Kid, have you rehabilitated yourself?" I looked at the sergeant. I said, "Sergeant, you've got a lot of goddamn gall to ask me if I've rehabilitated myself. I mean, I'm sitting here on the bench. I'm sitting here on the Group W bench because you want to know if I'm moral enough to join the army, burn women, kids, houses, and children, villages after being a litter bug." He said, "Kid, we don't like your kind. We're gonna send your fingerprints to Washington." And friends, somewhere enshrined in a folder in Washington, in the study in black and white, is a fairly good example of my fingerprints. And the only reason I'm singing you the song tonight is because you may know somebody in a similar situation. Now, that's where you may be at yourself. And if that's where you're at, man, there's only one thing that you can do. Everything else has failed. You walk into the shrink wherever you are. You look them in the eye. You say you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk out. Imagine one guy walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant, and walking out, and friends, they know he's weird. They may not take him. But imagine two people, I said two people walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant in harmony. They may think they're both faggots and they won't take either of them. Imagine three people. Imagine three people walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant and walking out, and friends, they might think it's an organization. But what about 50 people a day? I said 50 people a day walking in, singing a bar at Alice's restaurant and walking out, and friends, I think it's a movement. And that's what it is. It's the Alice's Restaurant Anthem Massacree movement. All you gotta do to join is to sing it the next time it comes around on the guitar. With feeling. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. You can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant. Walk right in, it's around the back, about a half a mile from the railroad track, and you can get anything you want at Alice's restaurant, excepting Alice at Alice's restaurant.